Hey everybody, today I'm coming out with another deck profile. It's my version of the Inzektor deck. It's XYZ version. Don't really do any synchros. Uh, I personally really love the Inzectors, even though they got hit by the ban list in September. But I feel that they have still so much potential. They have still so flexible. They have great plays still. They still have the OTK. They have everything they need to be great. And I still use them. I really like them. So let's go into the deck profile. Alright, obviously, if you're running the sector, you gotta run the engine. Dragonfly, the Hornet. I use 3 ladybugs because I feel, you do need the extra push for, and 3 centipedes, the extra push for the Dragonfly. It's like a 4 and 4. The three searchers, and the special summon with these. I have Hopper in the deck too, but I don't rely on him for his effect unless I need to attack directly, or I'm desperate to get out to get off their effects. But these I like at 3. It helps to manipulate their levels for the obviously. I mean, you manipulate their levels for the XYZs, and that's just pretty much boss. And Hornet is just Hornet. I mean, you can't get anything better than Hornet. Alright, so they have those. As you can see here, I use, I actually don't know his name in English. I have the cards in Spanish. Tijereta. I use this guy. He pumps up 1,000 when he's equipped. I really like that. It helps Centipede get over Stardust Dragon. It helps, Hopper also go crazy with the 27. He adds 1,000, and even when he's destroyed by Mystical or something else, he still gives 1,000 to the monster that was equipped. I use him. I usually side deck him for anything that I need. If I need to side deck a monster, well, he's equipped. I need to take it out, so I can take it out really easy. The same thing with Hopper. Like, Hopper's great and all, but if I need to side deck, these two are usually the two that I would side deck them out. They're the only two level 4 I have in the deck, which is part of the other tech that I have in the deck, which I'll show you later. The 2 Gigamantis. I mean, people run 1. I don't understand why. I mean, you can get it off more, but I run 2, mainly for a special summon. What I do is I search with Centipede equipped with Gigamantis. Then when I get a Dragonfly in my hand or whatever, I would search out, or even on the Centipede, I would search out Excalibur. And with Excalibur, I get Gigamantis back in my hand. I put it onto the new monster, and it helps recycle the monsters in the deck really well. I can destroy the Mantis, special summon, or I can just use it to bump it up to 2,400, which gets over a lot of monsters. I mean, boss monsters, it falls short, but it helps a lot in the deck. My personal tech, no one likes me when I use it. I use Giga Cricket. Now, Giga Cricket, what it does when it equips, it can't equip from the hand. It equips itself from the graveyard by removing 1 insect type monster and equips onto 1 of your sectors on the field. It makes the original attack 2,000, and that monster can go through the fence. I know this deck destroys a lot of monsters, but the plays you can do with him is just too good. I mean, he has a Marshmallow or a Spirit Reaper in defense, and that's the only thing saving him. He's screwed. And you see a lot of Spirit Reapers and Marshmallows these days. I mean, and not only that, you have nothing to destroy with Hornet. Well, you can remove an insect, and any of the Inzektors really, and equip this onto the new monster, say a Centipede, or say you have Display. You equip it on, and you go for the pop with Hornet. You didn't have to touch your opponent's cards for anything. You just equip, bam, and you search. You only get to search 1, but still you get to search nonetheless. So I really like Giga Cricket. Not only that, if I have Dragonfly on the field, I have Centipede in my hand, and he has, let's say, a Blackluster Soldier, which is very possible. I use the Dragonfly with the Ladybug, bring it up to level 5, special summon this bad boy, XYZ, XYZ for Exostag. Exostag is just amazing. I mean, you steal opponent's monsters from the field, and then you equip this onto it. It's already a 2,000 plus the bonus it gets from the other monster. And I just find that really great. I really like Giga Cricket. There are other cards I could go into the deck, but I find it's really useful, and I like it in the deck. Alright, non-Inzektor cards. Let's get this out of the way. I run 3 Effect Wailers. Why? Well, let me get it right there. I also run Blackluster Soldier. So, he's the... Oh, that glare. He's the boss monster here, if all fails. And it's a great surprise, and it just helps out. I don't use him that much. I like to leave him in my hand for that moment when, okay, now's the moment when I need to use it. I use 3 Effect Veilers because all decks use effects. All decks. This depends what effects there is. Even in Dark World, they have Fable Raven. If they activate effect, no. Effect Veiler. What are you going to do now? So, it helps stop a lot of plays. It's a simple, card to add to the deck, and I just think they help her really well. And getting them to the graveyard and dropping a BLS afterwards is also really great. BLS, there's nothing to talk about. Blackluster Soldier is self-explanatory if you know this effect. The Sangan, let me just show off. I'm really proud about it. It's a gold Sangan. Yeah, Sangan. You search 90% of the deck, not 90, but you search the majority of the deck, and you can pop with Hornet, set it, or use the card that I'm going to show you later with it. Gores, because Gores, bad things happen. My motto in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bad things happen. I mean, you can have the game won, and your opponent just gets the lucky draw, gets the Dark Hole and the Monster Reborn. I've been in games where the opponent has, and like turn 5, you already believe that you're winning. Turn 5, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and then Monster Reborn. What are you gonna do, right? Well, this helps. This helps incredibly. And the last monster I have in the deck is Dark Arm Dragon. I was listening to some other videos, and people say, oh, you have 5 monsters in your graveyard, it's stuck, it's a dead card in late game. I mean, late game, it's kind of a dead card, late game. But I usually, I'm manipulating my graveyard not only with the Inzektor's effect, but also with Set Caliber, and with the Cricket, with Inzektor Giga Cricket. So I really work around those effects to make sure I have 3 if I have them in my hand. I think out my plays, and it's just a really good card. Not only can you destroy your opponent's cards with its effects, you can also destroy things you equipped. So I equipped Centipede with my Dragonfly. Well, I use the effect Destroy Dragonfly. I still get to search for a better card. Or destroy Giga Mantis that's attached to a ladybug or something like that, and I can get out Dragonfly back to the field. He's like my extra mystical for the deck. So I really like him in the deck. I'm thinking about putting Thunder Kings in the deck, because I've seen it and I know Thunder King's really good, and the deck needs a little extra push. I find myself falling a little short against Dark Worlds. Really well-built Dark Worlds that are extremely fast, like a friend of mine. So I'm trying to work with the monsters a little better. Let's go on to the Magics. Magics, I use Zekhawk. Zekhawk is amazing. Zekhawk adds 1,000, and your opponent cannot activate magic or traps when the Inzektor attacks. The Inzektor that is equipped. I mean, too many Dimension Prisons. Too many Dimension Prisons. I know what it is to have a monster with 3,200 attack, and it's a Mirror Force, and everything's gone. All my hard work is gone. Or Dimension Prison, and it's more gone. So I really like Zekhawk. I use Zekhawk, and I use 2 Zecaliburs. I used to run 3 Zecaliburs, but I found myself needing more attack. I found myself what do I do now? I have no other options. Well, Zekhawk gives me other options that I have. Zecalibur helps me recycle my graveyard. I don't usually use it that much for the 800 attack, Worst case scenario, I attach it to Centipede. It's a 24, and I work with it. But I work with it. But I usually use it to manipulate my graveyard. Now, the tech that I use in this deck that I find nobody uses it, and I don't understand why, is Insect Imitation. I should put it at 2, but I run it at 3. Insect Imitation works incredibly well with Sangan. And it works incredibly well, more than you would ever imagine, with Ladybug. Right? With Ladybug and with Sangan. I mean, Sangan, you get a monster to the field, which would be Hopper most likely, and you get a card to your hand, which can be the Dragonfly you're missing, or it could also be a Hornet, and you just start off. The best combo, obviously, is with Ladybug, is why I have her at 3. 3, boom, boom, boom. I use this effect. If I have Hornet and Ladybug and Insect Imitation, I'm really happy. I'm having a good game, and it happens a lot. You drop her, use Hornet, destroy one of the back rows. Insect Imitation, you go off with a Hornet again, or you can go to her and level up with your Dragonfly, and then a Centipede to go into tires. I use Insect Imitation a lot. It's really good. It's a lot more powerful than most people will think. And then the rest is like staples. Foolish Burial to get Hornet out or to get anything out. I've even used it to put Effect Value in the graveyard, or a third Dark to drop BLS or a Dark Arm. So it's just all around good. Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm. I don't care what nobody thinks. I will never stop putting 3 Mysticals in my deck because there are too many traps. It's too annoying, and I gotta do something about that. Not only that, I can use it to take out if I have a Centipede and I have something else in my hand that's not Ladybug or Hornet, well, I can pop that card, I can destroy that magic card or the equip card and use the effect anyway. So I also use it in my deck. Now for traps, it's basically, staples. Nothing out of the ordinary here. 2 Bottomless, 2 Torrentials, that's a lot of glare, 2 Metaphors, 2 Warning, and the all-powerful Gold Ghost Solemn Judgment. I mean, you can't really ask for more than that in the trap section. I was thinking of adding Compulsory, because Compulsory is great against, Dino Rabbit matchup, or really against any XYZs or synchros that they drop. So that's my Inzektor deck. Tell me what you think. Tell me what could be better. I'm not going to show you an extra deck because really, anything can go into extra deck. Just the best goes into the extra deck. I've seen decks profiles with Gen X Birdman. I've seen profiles with the Card Trooper, and I don't like the Card Trooper. I always have bad luck with Card Trooper. I always end up dumping Monster Reborn, something like this into the graveyard, and it's just not for me. But tell me what you think of my deck, and tell me how I can make it better. See ya.